Hi, it's me, Vamp, and I actually just got done not too long ago watching Devstream 109. So here is the recap, overview, whatever you want to call it. I had just finished it just now, and as you can see, I do have actually quite a bit to talk about because they revealed quite a bit. It really was quite a bit. I have some assets to show you guys, other things I have just to talk about, and so let's start off. I will not be keeping this up all the time because it sort of gets in the way of some of the assets I'm going to show you guys. I just put it here so I could show you guys kind of a little sample per se of what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's definitely get into it. Okay, Dancing Grenadier, ignore that. That was just the beginning of the dev stream. And then I had a brilliant idea for an Octavia augment, which would make it so the enemies that, instead of following the rollerball, they would start dancing around, and I just think that would be cool. Leave a comment below if you think that would be cool also. But yeah, seriously. First thing I probably should talk about, which is, let's get an asset on screen. And yeah, let's just get an asset on screen. We'll talk about this more in a moment. But right now, the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that Nessier, whatever, Kavat Gene Masking Kit, it's a Twitch drop for all partners streams. So if you're watching any Warframe partner, me or any other Warframe partner that are streaming Warframe and stay for 30 minutes, you will get a Kavat Gene Masking Kit, which is pretty nice. Actually, it's quite nice because farming the Kavat thing, doing that whole Kavat thing is just, yeah. Anyway, Gene Masking Kit, pretty cool. You should definitely check it out. If you want to check out my Twitch, because I'll be streaming later on tonight, link down below, or you can just go to twitch.tv/vamp6x6x6x. Shameless promotion. We got that out of the way. Now let's move on. This isn't in the correct order, but since I showed you this asset, we will continue with this line of assetting. Okay, so that's what a login screen would look like. I say a login screen because here's another login screen asset. Now Steve actually has been tweeting these images, but they're all kind of compiled now. So then those are the three login screens for that I have. I also have this here, which is another, it's an inventory screen. Basically, they want to do a whole UI design. I know it's a little stretched out, but I had to stretch it out for reasons. Anyway, the thing that concerns me about this is the fact that I do not see any slot for arcanes. I think the concept was made before arcanes, so they'll probably just move it over a little bit, place arcanes. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm kind of iffy, but maybe that's just the person in me who I don't like changes. And then we have this. Okay, so this he confirmed what we thought this was. Some of us saw the image here, we were like, what is this? Is this like a set color thing? Apparently, according to this, we'll be able to change the UI appearance like that. And I think that is pretty cool, actually. I think that's quite cool. Hit some button. It's a button experiment thing of sorts. Now, when they mentioned it, they mentioned a bit about mastery rank hidden stuff, because it looks like they want to make MR relevant to Warframe. Because right now, to be honest, you can go to about mastery rank 15, because I think that's the highest ribbon mod thing there is, or mastery rank you'll have to be to craft a couple items. But other than that, mastery rank 15, in theory, is the highest you actually have to go to get everything done in Warframe. So I think they're trying to tie a few more things to mastery rank, which I think is good. There should be a progression system, but at the same time, I don't know, because some of the master rank challenges are kind of crazy. They're kind of things that you don't need to do in Warframe regularly, so I guess my biggest suggestion would be that they actually start looking at the mastering tests. And I guess the last thing I want to show you guys offhand would, well, relating to the UI anyway, would be the demo button. It doesn't really do much, but there we have it, demo button. Now, let's move on to other news, and which is actually in order, and that's the Vauban Deluxe concept. This is the concept for the Vauban Deluxe skin. Now, a lot of people have compared it to Fullmetal Alchemist, Owl, of course. You know, the suit of armor thing. I kind of think it has its own steampunk vibe to it. And I really like the idea of the way that an axe, a hammer, we don't know if it's going to be a heavy weapon or an, hammer. But speaking of heavy weapons, they are thinking about turning scythes into heavy blades, meaning there would be no more scythe subsection, which I think is pretty cool, because they did mention that they could potentially also make giant scythes the way we want. And that is very appealing to me, actually. And I have another asset here, but I'm going to, actually, you know what, I'm going to put it up now, and then I'll just leave it up and explain at the end. This will be one of the last things we talk about. But for now, enjoy that. Enjoy that. Okay, so controller support. Apparently they're working on making better controller support for PC, because more PC players than they originally thought actually use controllers. And on the flip side, they're planning to add mouse and keyboard support. First on PS4, then eventually Xbox One as well. So that is brilliant with that. The next round of Tenogen, we got to see that on stream. I'll actually post a link in the description to the forum post with the next round of Tenogen. because I don't have any assets for that. Ghoul weapons will be coming soon, TM. That's like potentially super way they forgot it existed even type thing. Dojos are getting re-lighting, meaning that you'll be able to change the lighting yourself, which is awesome. There's going to be a Venus type car rover thing, so you can go on Venus. Think of it as your horse on Venus. But then again, that actually had me thinking, will you be able to use Arcwing on the free roam on Venus? That's actually what I'm wondering. That's a good question. I don't even know the answer yet. I doubt they even know the answer yet. Now, Khora, I can give you a summary of her abilities because I'm sure that's what you guys are all waiting here for. Not for the picture, but for the Khora summary. She's coming even sooner than we thought. That hints at her coming at earlier next week, but we don't know yet. We don't know for sure when she's coming. I'll get more into why there's even speculation that she's coming in earlier next week to PC. But first of all, let's go through her abilities. Her one has an AoE whip attack. We already knew. Her two, gravity pull, I believe like a binding type thing. Three is she summons her Cavat that can switch between modes now. I believe her Cavat can heal some or attack some. So that's pretty cool. It makes her either a semi-support or an all-attack. And then she has a dome attack AoE bondage type thing. So a lot of people are calling her a dominatrix, right? So yeah, that's that, which is cool. Now let me go down my list real quick. Okay, also they mentioned a little bit about the whole Golden Maw thing, transference. If you played The War Within, you'll know what I mean. They said they don't have any plans at the moment because it would take a lot of time, resources, and they're not even sure if it's something that people actually would be interested in, which I agree with them. It's not something I have any desire to do, take over an enemy at the time of the game, only because of the fact that Warframe is a fast-paced game. So taking over an enemy really wouldn't do any good unless you were like in survival or the super hard, like 1000 plus level enemies. Then maybe you'd want to take over an enemy because then it might be actually viable. But other than that, for your typical player, it sounds cool, but there's really not much of a point that I can see. And then there's Moa, the Moa pet. We saw an image of the Moa pet a while ago. Well, the Moa pet apparently is going to be coming with Pet 2.0. And Pet 2.0, they gave a little more detail on what that's going to entail. It's going to entail changing the acquiring method and the upkeep. Like for example, this is the example they gave on stream, that in order to get a Kubro, because you might like Kubros, you're a big dog person, right? Well, in order to get a dog in Warframe, as it stands right now, you'll have to kill a bunch of dogs, destroy their home, in hopes of getting an egg. So yeah, they're looking to change that up a bit because that actually doesn't make sense if you think about it. In order to get a Kubo, you'll have to kill possibly hundreds of Kubos as well as destroy their home. So, yeah, they are looking to change that, and petting 3 times a day thing, they are looking to change that as well. I don't know if they're gonna go like a full Tamagotchi Kubo. Actually, that might be kind of cool, you know, like an app. That the Tamagotchi Kubo type thing. Okay, I'm getting off topic. Now, let's go to where the picture kind of relates. That means we're getting to the very end, the most juicy of details. This also ties into why people think Khora is coming out next week. Okay, so the Onslaught Mode. It used to be called Void Onslaught. Right now it's called Sanctuary Onslaught. We don't know if it's going to change at all between now and when it launches. Let's just call it Onslaught right now. Okay? Because it could change again. We don't know. But the working title is officially Sanctuary Onslaught. Well, Onslaught is rumored. They said that it's most likely going to come out next week on PC. Yeah, that's what they said for the Onslaught. But in addition to that, they also said one of the rewards will be core parts. That's how you will get core parts. The Onslaught. Well, the Onslaught, they said, was coming next week. So are they going to add the core rewards later, or is core coming next week as well? That's where the whole speculation, is core coming next week, is she not coming next week, comes into play. That's where it comes into play. And okay, now let's get actually to why this image is even a thing. It's not a photoshopped image, it's an image from the game. It's an image from a Warframe. There's going to be, 2 of the mods were shown off, but there might be a whole set, we don't know. They're going to be called, what was their official name? Particular mods. Particular mods as in, curious mods, joke mods, for fun mods. They're literally just for fun mods. Like, let's say your weapon is super powerful already. You can afford to take off a mod slot or whatnot. Guess why these flowers are on this enemy? Because they got hit with a critical hit. Yes, a critical hit just spawned a flower. The flower doesn't do any extra damage. It doesn't multiply the damage by anything. It literally just puts a flower on them for each critical hit that you hit, as it were. So yeah, and then the second mod they showed off is a mod that for every time you do an impact proc, they get like stars around their head, like cartoon style. So that also is pretty cool. I actually don't think the stars do anything. It's just, again, for fun little thing. That's what these particular mods, as they call them, are. They're just a bit of fun, have a good laugh. I mean, our in-game people may be like, what's the point? There was already people in chat saying, what's the point? And that is it. There is no real point other than just to goof off a bit. You think Warframe, you're tired of, oh, I have the most powerful weapons in the world. Well, you can have a bit of fun and give yourself a challenge. Give yourself a challenge by taking off your, quote, god tier mods or whatever and replacing them with these mods. Having fun because these mods do fun little cartoon-esque type things, which I think is fun. Oh, and don't worry, they assured us that the Onslaught will have other rewards beyond just Khora and this and these particular mods, as well as they will have bonus focus as well. The Onslaught, the first 45 seconds of each thing, of each round rather, will be bonus focus. So they focused a little bit on the focus. Yeah. And then Hydroid Prime trailer is about done, oddly enough. I know, we're into Zephyr Prime now. Funny thing is, he was so happy about Hydroid Prime trailer being done on stream. And then someone said, where's Zephyr Prime? And yeah, it was just funny. Well, anyway, that's a quick recap roundup. Hopefully this video helped you out quite a bit. Hopefully you made it to the end of this video so you could get all the nice little tidbits. Again, if you want a Kavat Gene Masking Kit, feel free to check out my stream. I'll be streaming Warframe later. Any other partner you could check out too, but remember I'm also a partner, so you can check me out too, and tell me what you're most excited for if you want. Do you like the idea of this flower power mod as it's called? I actually think it's going to be my favorite mod. I don't know if there's going to be other than the two I mentioned that they mentioned, but I think I'm going to have fun with it. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.